the fellas are now starting something where they're saying they're going to be financially celibate and that they're not going to be spending any money on women until marriage.
And for all you girls that be wanting me for my money, it ain't happening.
It's 2026. I need you ladies to stop laying down with men for free, for nothing.
The amount of involuntarily celibate and single men has increased by 253%.
I'm financially celibate until marriage.
What happens when millions of men stop spending money to impress women and start investing only in themselves? Why are so many men in 2026 proudly choosing financial celibacy instead of modern dating? And is this a smart survival move, or the collapse of traditional relationships? Stay with us till the end of this video, because this trend is changing male priorities worldwide.
Every time I post a video about a woman is allowed to have boundaries and no woman is allowed to say no to her partner in the bedroom, these guys always talk about money. It's funny because they do understand consent. They're talking about their boundaries with their wallets. But the problem with this statement is that they're comparing SA to spending money. They're comparing women to inanimate objects. A woman has every right to say no to her partner. You are not obligated to spend your money on her either, just as she's not obligated to sleep with you. Everyone's allowed to have boundaries and it's not a big deal. What is a big deal is minimizing SA and acting like spending money is worse than the severe trauma and PTSD that a person gets from being SA'd. What are you guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. They love changing the subject. I'm your queen of consent, Amber Johnson. Make sure you like, save, and share this post and follow me for more content on consent.
In 2026, more men are walking away from unnecessary spending in dating and relationships. They're tired of funding expensive lifestyles, chasing validation, and being treated like walking wallets. Instead of spending money trying to impress people, men are now choosing peace, discipline, and financial freedom.
So it has come to my attention that the fellas are now starting something where they're saying they're going to be financially celibate, meaning that they're not going to be spending any money on a woman until marriage. Okay? This is my thing. What woman in her right mind can you actually date and not spend no money on her until y'all get married? It's like y'all are saying, y'all are upset with women who are becoming celibate and saying, well, since y'all saying that y'all want to wait until marriage, we just ain't going to spend no money until marriage. A woman who got common sense and is not going to deal with no scrubby man, that's not going to work with. More and more, y'all come up with things to make y'allself more lonely. Y'all gonna push the male loneliness epidemic even further with that foolishness. The women are making more money now. We're more independent. We're becoming more financially stable than men. And this is not to bash men or put men down. But y'all saying y'all ain't finna spend money on women no more like that. A lot of y'all already ain't spending money on women now because you don't have it to spend. Like, in all honesty, y'all want to be lonely. Y'all want to be in a position where you walking around angry because you can't really get the attention of a woman. And until you do all of the things that a man needs to do, which is provide, protect, and lead, y'all are going to be constantly having the same issues that y'all are having regarding women. That's it, and that's all.
A lot of men finally realized they were sacrificing too much for too little in return. Expensive dates, emotional stress, and constant pressure to prove value pushed many guys to rethink everything. They started asking themselves, why am I draining my bank account just to compete for attention?
It's 2026. I need you ladies to stop laying down with men for free, for nothing. And a lot of y'all are going to be so mad in the comments talking about, well, we like to participate in it too. We don't need to get money from a man. I don't want to hear whatever cope you have to tell yourself. When you really think about it, a swerker and a girl that's linking up with these dudes to link and catch vibes and just be friends with benefits, yeah, same exact thing, except for one person is getting paid. When you are a hookup, that man does not respect you. He's getting exactly what he wants without them to put anything in. A lot of the ladies will be like, well, that's what I want. I'm using him for that. Baby, do you know you could go to Tokyo Valentino, get you one of them little toys for about $120? At least it won't give you BV. At least you won't be getting a hey girly text. Like, a lot of y'all feel that you're better than swerkers because you're like, I don't need to go out on the street corner and get money from a random man. Do y'all not realize that swerkers are like Saweetie, Ruby Rose? Like, when we go out and see men, we're like, oh, I like him. He likes me. But I already know what he really wants. So I'm going to get what I really want. Cha-ching. Whereas y'all that don't do this will be like, I like him. He likes me. Let's get it on. And every time he wants to, he's going to call my phone up and I'm going to come running. If you don't get your goofy ass somewhere, you can't even get you a Happy Meal, a fruit cup with a spoon, baby girl, you're losing.
Now those same men are putting their money into fitness, businesses, investments, and self-improvement. Instead of buying luxury gifts or financing situationships, they're building stable futures for themselves. Financial celibacy is basically men refusing to waste resources on temporary validation.
Men are really making it easy for women to be okay to die alone. Like, literally. I was literally at the fucking gas station and this man just kept staring at me. And I saw him, he was handsome, cute, put together, but he just kept staring. And so he left the line, went outside and stood by his car. He pumped his gas. I came out. I was like, okay, maybe he's going to speak. I walked by his car because I had to walk by his car to get to my car. This man said, hey, yo, you got a name. Everybody has a fucking name. You mean to tell me you can't say, hey, I saw you standing there. I think you're beautiful. My name is so-and-so. What is yours? What happened to men being able to hold a fucking conversation or just approach you properly? Even if I did not want to give you my number, I still would have held a conversation and been polite about it. But when he said, hey, yo, you got a name? I said, nope. And kept fucking walking. I miss the days where men actually approached you in public and knew what the fuck to say. I feel like all the movies like The Wood, How to Be a Player, even that shit taught you how to fucking approach somebody. I mean, The Brothers, at least those movies taught y'all how to have fucking game. Men have lost game in 2026. The internet has ruined y'all game. Y'all don't even know how to approach a woman in public. I don't remember the last time I was approached in public by a man and he had a full sentence. Like, hi, my name is so-and-so. I saw you standing there. I think you're beautiful. What is your name? That is so simple. Why the fuck can't y'all do that?
Social media also played a huge role in this shift. Men constantly watched online content where average hardworking guys were mocked while unrealistic standards kept rising. Eventually, many men stopped chasing completely and focused on protecting their time, energy, and money.
A few days ago, I made a video about the fellas saying that they are becoming financially celibate, meaning that they're not going to be spending any money on women until marriage. This includes dates, honey. They ain't going on no dates that require them to spend money. And a lot of these men have been stitching me in videos, going off on me, calling me out my name, making lives talking about me and all this kind of stuff. They just going off the rails. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all think that stuff y'all talking about is going to work, prepare to be more lonely and more single. Y'all try to say, oh, well, there's no male loneliness epidemic. When I go out here, these men look pretty lonely to me. They look like they ain't had attention from a woman in a long time. Like, that's the way a lot of y'all be moving. Like, so this whole thing of y'all getting back at women by saying, well, since y'all say y'all want to wait until marriage to sleep with us and y'all celibate, we just ain't gonna spend our money, you know, into marriage. But this is the thing about it. Comparing money up against intimacy. Like I told y'all in my last video, intimacy is spiritual. When you sit up and you lay down with a person and you sleep with a person, you're creating something called a soul tie. And through that soul tie and you bonding with that person spiritually by sleeping with them, you don't know what demons of theirs you're picking up and they don't know which of yours you're picking up. So when I hear y'all fellas say, well, we're going to be financially celibate, why don't y'all consider just waiting until marriage like a lot of the other women are doing? That's what y'all won't do. Y'all won't sit down and say, okay, I'm not going to sleep with a woman until marriage. But you'll sit up and take away finances, which is really not helping anything. It's not benefiting you. emotionally, physically, spiritually, or mentally to pull from finances, but it's benefiting us mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually to say we want to wait until marriage to lay down with a man. Y'all always tell us that, oh, we need to pick better, we need to choose better. But when we start making better decisions for us and our outcome, y'all get upset because that means you can no longer use us, you can no longer manipulate us, and you can't have your way to get what you want. So a lot of y'all mad and upset with me talking about, oh, you know, we gonna start doing this, honey. Y'all can start doing this. Only thing y'all are going to see is more and more quality women and headstrong women who got their head on straight now. Not these desperate women or these male-centered women. Real quality women are not gonna want to deal with men like that. And just because a woman has money and she has a career, a nice house, that does not make her a quality woman. Because you have a lot of women out here that have their stuff in order, but they are desperate. They're desperate to have a man. When you get to the point that where you fall into desperation, that takes away from your quality and your value as a woman when you're desperate to have a man. So y'all go ahead. Like I said, a lot of quality women, a lot of these women that y'all dream and desire to have, they're just not going to want to talk to you even more. You're going to be left out there with, honey, I don't want to say the bottom of the barrel, but you're going to be left out there with what's not really worth it. That's all I have to say.
What scares society isn't men saving money, it's men no longer depending on female approval. Because once a man stops trying to impress everyone, he becomes harder to manipulate. The system loses power when men stop competing through spending.
At the beginning of this year, I made a video saying I was going to be celibate for 2026, and I meant it when I said that. However, what I didn't expect was for my inbox to be flooded by people talking to me about various topics. I got into a conversation with one of these girls, and long story short, we ended up catching up and I did crack. I just wanted to apologize to my community because I feel like I've let you guys down. Now, that being said, I also believe that God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers, and from this point on, I will learn from my mistakes, and we'll get back on this horse, we'll attack the rest of the year, we'll get through it as a team, and I will be celibate from now, from mid-Jan until the end of the year, unless my wife falls into my lap. Let's go.
I'm financially celibate until marriage. It's my wallet, it's my choice. And society, the world, will tell a man that he has to fund the lifestyle of a woman who hasn't committed to him or even committed to building anything with them. You're paying white prices for a girlfriend, privileges, and that ain't the move. A man who protects his money, he's not broke, he's not cheap, he's disciplined. Because it's smart to be saving for the woman that actually wants to build your empire with you. So let me just say this. If she's only interested in you when you're spending, she don't want you, bro. She wants your money. She wants a sponsor. So like I said, my wallet, my choice.
Bro to bro, let me be honest with you, man. The reason why you're not rich is because you're trying to do this celibacy thing. That celibacy thing is for women. There's no way you're going to make financial moving decisions if two of your heads are full. What? You have to release something. Post-nut clarity is a real thing. Open your brain. Think about opportunities that can elevate you to the next level. But you're over here playing celibacy because you're working on your spiritual journey. It's okay. Spiritual journey is perfect. Walk on your spiritual journey. Do whatever you got to do. But just know, money doesn't come to those who only have faith. Money comes to those who understand the flow of money, and they open their brain enough to understand that there's way that you can tap, pull, and move things for you to get to a place of financial freedom. I'm telling you, you can't do it with both your head full. The top head is full of ideas. The bottom head is full of his own stuff. So find something. Crack anything, man. Crack anything. Standards will come when you make money. But for now, don't have standards. Finya anything, bend anything that's bendable at this moment and move forward. But do not bend your own gender. So what? Hey, I can't even speak English. Word from the wise. Whatever you choose to do with this information is up to you. Blessings.
A lot of modern relationships also started feeling transactional to men. They were expected to provide money, attention, leadership, and emotional support while still being told they were replaceable. After years of this, many men simply decided the investment wasn't worth it anymore.
I
I'm going to be celibate in 2026, and I will not be participating in dating, and here's why. I still am a hopeless romantic. However, dating has not brought out the best in me. It has not been good for my mental and physical health. I'm putting this out there because I want to be authentic on this app. The content creators that I love are very vulnerable, so I'm trying to put myself out there. I became a single mom when I was 31, 32. I went to therapy. I thought I healed. I read books. I really worked on myself. I thought I knew what I wanted. And then I started dabbling in dating when I was 33, 34. Nothing was working out. And then I met an actual boyfriend on Hinge, and we did all throughout 2025. I was crazy madly in love with this man, and I was very forgiving, and I thought this was the one. If anyone remembers back in August, because I did get some followers from it, he was mean to me and we broke up. Since then, we had talked a little bit in October and November, and then in December, everything was supposed to be different. We were gonna have this great relationship and we gave it another chance. We spent Christmas together, and then shortly after, it seems like there was always a miscommunication. There was always somebody not understanding the other person. I started feeling extremely insecure. I was getting UTIs a lot, so I thought he was cheating on me. I was feeling like I was unworthy. I was feeling not good enough. I was feeling like I was performing. I wasn't even feeling like myself. I'm silly and I'm goofy, and I just feel like I was trying to be somebody I'm not. I've cried more over this man the last year than I have ever about any man. I had them all up my whole entire life. So I don't know what it is. Deleted my Instagram. I don't even want to see what he's doing. I'm just trying to focus on my life. He did drop all my stuff off on the porch last night, and that was really hard. There was all my love letters, all my the cards I got him, all the pictures of us, what he was supposed to get me for Valentine's Day was in there, and I did mail all his stuff as well. And it has been so hard. This year, I just really want to focus on myself and just being a better mom, a better sister, a better daughter, a better friend, trying to build my finances, because I always assumed I would build a life with somebody, and that's not going to happen. I still get super choked up thinking about it, because I never thought that I would be doing life on my own, and my parents have been married for like 45 years, and so I just assumed that I would be married. But life can be very fulfilling as a single mom, and I just want to really embrace it. There's a lot of goals that I have this year, so I'm just going to be pouring everything into myself this year and just seeing where it gets me. I'm going to try to post daily and put myself out there on social media, because I heard that you can make money on this app. So hopefully I could increase my income, and just want to focus on just feeling whole as a person. And every time it seems like I get into any kind of relationship, it just kind of tears me down. I don't know if I'm just dating the wrong people. I don't know if this is something within myself, but I'm going to figure it out. And that's why I am going to be celibate and not participating in datings, and definitely not getting on those dating apps this year. Oh my God. I can't even imagine. Getting on one of those and small talking with a man right now. So if you want to see where my life takes me, follow along. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Instead of clubbing every weekend or spending on endless dates, these men are paying off debt, learning skills, and building financial stability. Ironically, the less they seek validation, the more confident and peaceful they become.
Did you know that in the last decade, the amount of involuntarily celibate and single men has increased by 253%? There are many reasons for this trend. Lower testosterone levels, easier access to porn, and of course, OnlyFans models. But that's not the full story. The ugly truth is that the modern woman is making more money now, and she's no longer interested in the average man. I know I'll get flack for saying this, and it's not good for women either, but it's the world that we live in. Women are out-learning and out-earning men at historically high levels, and it's created what some statisticians refer to as the death of the average male. As a man, knowing this, you can either settle for where you are if you're content, or raise what I call your mating value score if you're not. This is what I help my clients do, and it's how they go from 5s to 9s and increase the quality and quantity of women they date. If you're curious about your mating value score and how to raise it, read the caption.
Ladies, if a man says he's financially celibate, how would you take that? Because to me, off rip, it sounds funny, but the more you think about it, the more it makes sense, because we all know in the dating world, a woman bases her worth for a man on how much he may really like her based off of sexual attraction. And a woman might go out with a guy and be like, you know what? I wonder if this guy really likes me, or does he just want to sleep with me? So she's not going to sleep with him at first, so she could try to gauge whether or not he really likes her or not. A man, his value is based off of his financial situation. So he could be like, you know what? Does this woman really like me? Is she jacking, or does she only like me for my money? Or is she only trying to go out on dates because she knows she's going to get a free dinner or drinks or whatever, but it's not going to go anywhere past that. So until I can figure that out, I'm financially celibate. But imagine that though. You're on like your third date and the man's like, yo, you know what? This is going really well. You're cool. I like you. But, you know, I'm still a little bit uncomfortable. I'm still trying to figure out where this might go. So until then, I pay my half of the meal. You pay yours. Like, that does sound wild, but it does make sense. And again, just so we're clear, I don't condone this. I think if a man asks a woman out, he should be paying the bill. But as far as understanding, it does sound funny, but there is some truth to it, and it does hold a little bit of water. But what do y'all think? You feel me?
And the biggest twist? Most financially celibate men aren't angry. They're calm, focused, and disciplined. They didn't start a rebellion, they just quietly stopped playing the game.
And for all you girls that be wanting me for my money, it ain't happening. Like, I can tell when you just want me for, like, some material possessions, because the vibe will feel off. I be trying to have a genuine conversation. You know what I'm saying? It just give me that icky vibe, like that sticky, icky vibe, you feel me? Like, nah, shawty, I want to see what's in your mind, get to know you first. Like, I ain't trying to just spend my money. Just like how you ain't quick to, you know what I'm saying, crack, you feel me? Like, nah, I ain't quick to spend my money on nobody that ain't trying to learn about who I am on the inside first. Like, be careful when you come at me with that money hungry stuff, because I will clock that and never talk to you again, I promise you. And I blame the dudes that don't be knowing they worth, don't be having a dime in their bank account and be spending the money on the Uzi. Like, y'all gotta stop doing that.
Nobody wants to hear this, but it is difficult to make it on your own, even if you're a high earner. Don't go out there and try to pay all this rent by yourself. The easiest way to make it in life is group economics. In order to make what our parents made in the 90s, like 6 figures, you would have to make over $250,000. That means living in New York. If you make $250,000 living in New York, you're living practically paycheck to paycheck.
Literally.
So even if you're considered a high earner, you're still not earning high enough to live on your own. So we have to get out of our mindsets that we can just get a job out of college, run to pay rent, and just build a life. It's impossible. Get with some people who think like you. Only way I've been able to make anything happen in my life is all because of group economics. I will not sit here and say it was me by myself.
So here's the real question. Are men choosing financial celibacy because modern dating failed them, or because they finally realized their value is bigger than what they can provide?
Men stopped playing by the rules, and now everyone's freaking out. Let's break down why silence has become the loudest move.